Every morning, Mr. Zhao opens up his medical clinic. His wife works with him at the store, and it's the humdrum of everyday life, at least on the surface. But the Zhaos are survivors of a great quake. Some 70,000 people died in a magnitude 7.9 earthquake in Sichuan province. Mr. Zhao lived, and our team had met him going through what was left of his home. His son, 11-year-old Zhao Yi, died, crushed underneath the collapsed school building. And 4 years ago, we followed the Zhaos to their son's final resting place. There, the couple gave little Zhao Yi all the things he would need in heaven: money and clothes and toys, and even homework. He was a keen student, often helping others with their lessons.
I no longer have a child. It just doesn't feel like a real, complete family. I close my eyes, think about what happened, and it's just so painful. You know, I don't mention this often to others, but sometimes I cook my son's favorite meal and set it out on the table as if he's still around.
Right next door is a painful reminder of their loss. The new school, sturdy and earthquake safe, ready for students when they return in September. Alone, together, the Zhaos have discussed their future and decided they would like to fill the loneliness. Mrs. Zhao tried in vitro fertilization twice. The process has failed. The two will remain childless.
My son is always on my mind, 24 hours a day. I'm miserable. That's just the only word to describe how I feel. I hope you understand what I mean. That's why we've tried so hard to have another baby.
The Zhaos were not the only residents of town whose lives changed. But rather than rebuilding their lives, most earthquake survivors opted to flee, start afresh elsewhere. They have scattered across the country. Some of them have also moved into a new town a few kilometers away. There's a spacious new apartment for Mr. Zhao in this town, presented by the government. But it's empty, and Mr. Zhao has not moved in. He sees no point. It's not his home.
My son is buried here. I can't move to the new town. No matter where I go, I always carry my son's photograph in my wallet. I will stay here.
Instead, Mr. Zhao's chosen to live right over his old house, near his son's grave. This bed was little Zhao Yi's, retrieved from the rubble of the quake, from a loving father who acts as if he's waiting. Melissa Chan, Al Jazeera.